Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm gonna give some quick shout outs to the early birds, starting with Don. Ray, what up? Good morning. Good morning. Gladen, Galinda, is that, hold on. Gladen, man, I can't get that name. But last name Cole. Gladina. Okay, that's it. Gladina. When the names when there's no interruption, like when there's no capitalized, when you don't capitalize each word or each name, it looks like a run-on, and it's hard for me to break it down sometimes. African Pride, what up? I see Sucker for Sofas. Good morning, y'all. Mike Nice, what up? Tyson Williams. Okay, fam, this is going to be a quick live. This is going to be a quick one. I'm going to be about 15 minutes or so. But it's going to be quick, but it's going to be powerful. What's up, Chuck Diesel? Quick but powerful. I can guarantee you that. This guy right here, Donald Trump, your president, has created another shutdown. He's created another shutdown. He is absolutely 100% responsible for yet another shutdown. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. How is he responsible, man? Congress, if they would just agree, they could get something done, No. Listen, man. Donald Trump said way back in, 2013 or something, that if there's ever a shutdown, the president is responsible. This is when he was lying to the people, getting the people all hyped, making the people think he wasn't a politician and that he was different. Yeah, this is when he was making people think that he was extremely different from everybody else. This was him this was 2013, Donald Trump talking about avoiding a shutdown. And he said, if there is a shutdown, it is 100% on the president. Hey, you got to take my words. Listen to Donald Trump himself. This is straight from the horse's mouth.
I hear the Democrats are going to be blamed and the Republicans are going to be blamed. I actually think the president would be blamed. If there is a shutdown, and it's not going to be a horrible shutdown because, as you know, things will sort of keep
Well, it's a partial shutdown, right?
If there is a shutdown, I think it would be a tremendously negative mark on the president of the United States. He's the one that has to get people together.
It would be a tremendous negative mark on the president of the United States, who happens to be Donald Trump right now, because he's the one who has to get people together. But when you hear Donald Trump talk, he always talking about the radical left, and then he talks about how great the Republicans are. He clearly has his policies designed to uplift Republicans and to somehow denigrate Democrats. He operates, he leads in the very divisive manner. It's us against them. This is the divided states of America, not the United States of America. It is the divided states of America. And Trump ain't doing nothing. And I mean nothing. He wakes up every day trying to figure out how he can further divide the left and the right. So, which programs, which government agencies are affected by this shutdown? Let's get into it. Let's start with this. Let's start with the ones that are affected and that have some limited functions. Homeland Security, TSA, ICE, CBP, and Secret Service staff will work without pay. So they are technically shut down, but they'll be working without pay. The Treasury, IRS furloughs staff, slowing tax refunds and service. So don't expect your tax refund on time. They saying that there will be, they will be slowed down. And remember, this shutdown is indefinite. Last time they had an idea, or in fact, last time, the very last time, there was a timeline. And then before that, there was no real timeline at all. They was just trying to figure it out. But they did have a deadline. But this shutdown has absolutely no timeline whatsoever. So it's indefinite. Agriculture. Loan guarantees and some inspections are paused. Transportation. FAA safety inspectors may be limited. Let's see. Housing and urban development, HUD. Processing of new FHA loans may be delayed. State Department. Passport processing may experience delays. The DOJ. Non-essential court operations may slow down. Commerce and Interior. Many operations are suspended. Small Business Administration. New business loans stop, though disaster loans continue. And here are the agencies that are unaffected. Department of Defense. Military personnel work, often without pay initially. Veteran Affairs. Services and benefits will continue. Health and Human Services. Medicare and Medicaid are unaffected. Education and labor. Most operations continue. Energy is funded. National Park Service. Many parks may remain open if funded by specific pre-approved funding. So this brings us all the way back to this guy. This guy who told a supreme lie about how he was so adamant about the blame of a shutdown being put squarely on the shoulders of the President of the United States. Once he got himself in that position, first of all, he never thought he'd become the President of the United States. But once he saw that it was a reality, he immediately decided to distance himself from responsibility. Now it's not on the President of the United States, it's on the Democrats. It's the Democrats, it's the radical left. This guy is incorrigible. He don't accept responsibility, but yet he want everybody else to accept well, anybody that's not with him, he wants them to accept responsibility. Everybody else don't have to accept responsibility. He's gonna give you a pass as long as you're working for him, as long as you're doing his bidding, you're gonna be good. Yeah, man, you're gonna be real good as long as you're doing his bidding. I see a problem with this country, fam, that is going to be extremely hard to overcome. Like the identity politics. This country, there's no way this country can reach its get anywhere near its apex because it's too much division. We're divided along every single line you can think of. I mean, every single line you can think of, we're divided along all of those lines. Every single line you can think of. Not only are we divided along political lines, think about this, fam, not just political lines, right? Not just racial lines. We're divided along age lines. Check this out. The division in this country runs so deep that we argue about which block is the best, which street is the best, which neighborhood is the best. If you got interstate, you got schools, this school, that school, and it's cool to have rivalries, but these rivalries oftentimes turn to violence. You even on a kiddie level, the kids are out there fighting on the field now. They're fighting on the field. They're fighting on the basketball courts. They're fighting on the volleyball courts. They're fighting at track meets. So you got the division with the schools. Then you got the interstate rivalries between cities, those states that have multiple professional teams or college teams. They're at it all the time. You got Houston don't like Dallas. Newark don't like New York. You got New Jersey. New Jersey don't like New York. You got Oakland don't like Los Angeles. And on and on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Cleveland don't like Cincinnati, right? And these are real rivalries, especially if you're talking about if any of these people that's from these places end up in a penitentiary or something. The way that they go, you'd be surprised to know how many people who have been stabbed or killed while in prison arguing over a damn football game or a basketball game or even rappers. Which city got the dopest rappers and this is madness. And you know we're divided by states. This state, that is, that's. Then you got the people up top looking down at the people on bottom, thinking that they're better somehow. If you're on the East Coast or you're on the West Coast, you think you're better than people in the South. When your ass is in the United States, just like everybody else. And you can get shot in the head by the police, just like somebody in the South can get shot in the head by the police. You experience housing discrimination on the East Coast or up north or on the West Coast, just like people in the South experience housing discrimination. It's the United States. It's a system. If you look like this, we're going to treat you like that. It's a system. And it's ran right now by one of the devil's greatest advocates, Donald Trump, the dude you see on your screen right now. He is one of the devil's greatest advocates. So I don't care what you say about this person, that person, or this person, or that party. This dude is one of the worst. And I've had my problems with all kinds of politicians in the past. It don't matter what side they're on. I still think they're on the same team. They're all on the same team. And that's team white supremacy at the end of the day. Because that's the way they move to protect that system. Yeah, you have people that come in from time to time and they make a difference or they try to make a difference and they don't want to be a part of that. But for the most part, this system operates today as it did 250 years ago. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And also, drop a comment and let me know if any of this shutdown affects your job. All right? No more talk.